Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing some more Explorer with Yorion Azorius Control. I've separated the deck into a couple of piles. If you're a standard gamer, hopefully this is a nice little break from standard for you. If you, like me, feel like the meta has become very stale and are anxiously awaiting the new set, then I hope you enjoy this video. As for me, it's a lot more fun than current standard is right now. So, I'm just going to go over the piles that I've sorted really quickly, and then we'll jump into the games. The first pile is kind of our draw and value. So we have Sunset Revelries, we have the Birth of Meletus, that says search your library for basic planes, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle, create an 0/4 artifact creature token with Defender, and then gain 2 life. This is nice to find in the early game to make sure we hit our land drops, and then also get us a 0/4 blocker, which can absolutely just wall mono red sometimes. If they don't draw correctly. And then, of course, gain 2 life at the end, which is a nice little touch. We have 3 Omen of the Sea, which is Flash. When it enters the battlefield, scry 2, then draw a card. Good value and helps us find what we need when we need it. We have 1 Search for Azcanta. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1, and then if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you can transform. We basically just use this enchantment for the surveil ability, just to help us find what we need when we need it. We have 1 Faithful Mending for the life and then the recurring draw. We have 3 Union of the Third Path, again for the life and the draw. We have 1 Midnight Clock, which is mana rock, and it says tap, add a blue mana source, or for 2 and a blue, put an hour counter on the Midnight Clock. At the beginning of each upkeep, put an hour counter on the clock. When the 12th hour counter is put on the clock, shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library, then draw 7 cards, then exile the clock. We have 3 Naset Parter of Veils, which is actually sort of part of a win con, one of the win cons, but it says each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. And then -2, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest at the bottom of your library. So -2 helping us find answers that we may need for upcoming turns. And then also the little bit of text that says opponents can't draw more than 1 card is relevant as well. We have 2 Wandering Emperors, you all know this card. 2 Memory Deluges, you know this one as well. Teferi, who slows the sunset, this is still in standard. Seagate Restoration, which is a land, but also as a sorcery for 7 mana. It says draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand plus 1. You have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. And then 1 Nico Aris, recently rotated out of standard as Planeswalker. When Nico enters the battlefield, create X shard tokens, put up to +1. Put up to 1 target creature you can't control, block, whatever, we don't use that. And then -1 is Nico Aris deals 2 damage to target tap creature for each card you've drawn this turn. And then -1 again is create another shard. The shard is an enchantment, not a artifact. Something to note when you're casting Farewell. And it says for 2, sacrifice this enchantment, scry 1, then draw a card. So that's kind of our draw and value package and things that keep us alive. And this is the pile of win cons. So we have Commit, which is a flipped card. The first part is for 3 and 1 blue, an instant speed, put target spell or non-land permanent into its owner's library, second from the top. Sort of like a divide by 0, but it puts it back into their library. You can use this on cards that are on the stack as well. And then the flip side, which is the part that we help use to win the game, is Memory. For 4 and 2 blue, says each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7 cards. We have Teferi, Temporal Pilgrim. You all know this card as well from Standard. Obviously synergizes with all the draw we have going on. We have 1 Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, which says +1, draw a card. At the beginning of the next end step, untap up to 2 lands. -3, put target non-land permanent into its owner's library, third from the top. -8, you get an emblem with whenever you draw a card, exile target permanent and opponent controls, including lands. We have 2 Shark Typhoons. It's an enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying, where X is that spell's mana value. And then cycling, you can just cycle this early on for X and 1 colorless and 1 blue. When you cycle the Typhoon, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying. So for 3 mana, you can cycle for 1 and create a 1/1 with flying, basically. And so on and so forth. We have 1 Amiria's Call, which is a land, but also as a sorcery spell for 7, create 2 4/4 white angel warrior creature tokens with flying. Non-angel creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Can be used late game as a win con. We just normally use it as a land. All runs Epiphany, the Scourge of Standard, a couple seasons ago. Create 2 1/1 blue bird creature tokens with flying. Take an extra turn after this one. Exile the Epiphany. Foretell. You can play it for 6. And then we have emergency powers, instant speed. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7 cards. Exile the powers. Addendum, basically if you cast it on your turn. If you cast a spell during your main phase, you may put a permanent card with mana value 7 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. So, how do we win? Well, we have Naset on the battlefield, ideally. And then we cast any of these spells, like Memory, Emergency Powers, or I guess really Epiphany, or Seagate Restoration. And then all of these say each player, but with Naset, your opponent can't draw extra cards. So you cast Emergency Powers, they shuffle their hand and graveyard into their library, and then they draw a singular card. So, yeah, and you draw 7. So that just creates a ridiculous amount of mana advantage, or card advantage rather, and you basically win the game from there. Similarly, if you have Teferi down, create a 2/2, play Alrund's Epiphany, get an extra turn, play Emergency Powers or Memory, token and Teferi go to the moon, and then you swing in for big damage. Shark Typhoon, all of these trigger the Typhoon. So Alrund's Epiphany again, Shark Typhoon, play a bunch of stuff, draw cards, get a million sharks, swing in for big damage. The rest of it is control. This is all removal. We have 1 Farewell, 1 Elspeth Conquers Death, which is exile target permanent and opponent controls with mana value 3 or greater. Chapter 2, non-creature spells your opponent casts cost 2 more to cast until your next turn. And then Chapter 3, return target creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it, or a loyalty counter on it. So any of our planeswalkers, get them back at the end of that. 4 Supreme Verdict, which is huge in this list because of mono blue spirits. Basically, you can cast this, they can't counter it, feels good. Settle the Wreckage as well, usually for angels. Exile all attacking creatures target player controls. That player may search their library for that many basic land cards. Put those cards onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. 1 Absorb for counter and also life gain. 1 Divide by 0, or just kind of counter-ish type of effects, and bounce. 2 Dovin's Vetoes. The spell can't be counter target non-creature spells. 4 Fateful Absence to hit other planeswalkers and also just good removal. And then 1 Calamity's Wake for Greasefang. Exile all graveyards. Players can't cast non-creature spells this turn. Exile Calamity's Wake. Mana base is pretty standard. Dual lands. Scryland in here, 1 Fabled Passage to make sure we're hitting our basics, because we do want those out of the deck when we start casting things like Emergency Powers and Memory. 1 Karn's Bastion in case we want to proliferate, and then 1 Interplanar Beacon just to gain life off the planeswalkers. Our sideboard is Yorion, obviously because it's commander, and then 2 Environmental Sciences, again for land drops and life, 1 Teachings for draw, 2 Mascot Exhibition in case we just have a bunch of mana and have nothing to do with it. Yorion can bounce or flicker the sagas, also the planeswalkers, so if you play Naset, tap it twice for -2. Naset goes to 1 loyalty, you play Yorion, you get Naset back at 5 loyalty, similar to the Emperor and all the other planeswalkers as well. Deck has had a ton of revisions. Stick around till the end of the video if you want to see the overall win rate statistics and the different changes we made to it along the way. So that's enough for the intro. Let's get into the games, and I will see you in the video. Oh, like and subscribe. Going first. Keep. Okay. Need double blue and double white, eventually. So I think we'll go Faithful Mending here and find our next land drop. Sure. Play this now before that lands. 1 and 2. We'll take the damage here. It's fine. We Verdict them next turn. Down to 12. Could hold up Absorb. I don't think that does us any good, though. Could Revelry. But then Absorb doesn't happen either. Yeah, let's just blow this up. Click the reset button. Alright. Pretty good for Revelry here. Skewer us. Feels bad. 2 life is nice. Here's Revelry. Back to 13. Hold up our Absorb. Angry opponent. So mad. So angry. Oh look, we're back to 18. Okay, we'll get our 4/4, then we'll Yorion. But Lonely Oatmeal continues to be sad and alone. Going first, we'll keep it. Let's get our turn 1 Scry. That can go on the bottom for now, I think. Next turn we'll just shuffle anyways. Okay, here come the angels. Creature type, top card of your library anytime. Top of your library. Alright, let's just draw. Fortunately, we can block that, so... okay. All this land is not ideal. Looks like collected company here. We say no. Oh boy. This isn't great. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell, draw a card. Cool. Interesting take on the Angels deck, another Realm Walker. So we'll Union. There's Teferi. Or 5 because of the Jada. There's an Emperor. I think we're just playing Teferi, aren't we? Probably should have played this land.
The entire multiverse is at stake. There is much.
Do a Naset, so we'll play Naset and look for a sweeper. They could company here. Angel. Okay. Big scary. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5 dies anyway.
No No setbacks next time.
Alright, can we find what we need?
My prowess is unmatched and put thoughtfulness before action.
I guess it's Deluge here, and hopefully we live. Deluge for any sweeper. Any at all. Alright, they continue to play off the top. Oh no. What a disaster. Oh, what an absolute disaster. Are we just dead? Math is hard. So we're taking probably way too much, right? I want a deluge. So let's set blocks first. That's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 is not 0. Naset is alive, so we do get another look. To the moon. Sweeper, please. Thank you. Is it farewell or is it verdict? It's probably farewell. Just get rid of all their stuff. We'll go creatures, enchantments. We have the veto up for another collected company potentially. There's Jada. And an apparition. Okay.
You are a mighty warrior.
That's fine.
I concede.
Next.
Now you've done it. That's coming up. I am almost sad to see you go.
All runs, yes please.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Keep our options open with Divide by Zero here. Did I not play a land? Idiot. Hopefully it's a collected company they have. Borrowed time. Nah. I don't want them targeting the token. We'll send this back. Save the Emperor. And then I think it's probably mascots, right?
Remember your training.
Let's take our other turn. We need more time to look. Teferi, yes. I think we decline. We want the scry here. Verdict good. Counter on the bird to kill the Jada.
I have got new moves to teach you.
This can enter tapped. We'll get Yorion back. Okay. That's fine. My turn. Don't need that. Fine. Alright. So I think we'll plus here. Actually, wait. Tap like so.
Who's counting?
Submit 1 and 2. Click the plus button.
You are not much of a roadblock.
Ha ha ha! Get out. On first, we have no blue. We only need one for the sweeper. So, we can... We still have plays on 2, though. These are good ones if the opponent is aggressive. So let's hang on to it. Thoughtseize. Oh boy, oh boy. What goes in the bin? Okay. This was a good draw for us. Huh. Another Thoughtseize? Sure. Ooh, consider. Get the Omen down. Draw the land because I think another Thoughtseize is probably incoming. And also they could just mill us, which is whatever. They mill themselves out of 2 more Thoughtseizes. Okay. We'll take the Ascanta. Okay. They probably go for the verdict here. Alright. Coming in. No more Thoughtseizes. Right? No, there could be one more. I take the Omen, yeah. Opponent is doing our work for us. They are almost dead. I don't want to give them another connive. We'll just end. We'll want to get the Revelry down because they're going to start coming in with the Hive. Probably right now. Yep. Okay. Good card to have. So we'll absence their Hive if they decide to do that again. We do it now. We don't care about them taking stuff out of our graveyard. A veto. And I think we need something better, like a deluge. Just kidding, we find ourselves... not that. Let's get Yorion online. Although I guess maybe a veto would have been good in case of some over-the-top damage. Valerian Terror. Okay. Revelry looking nice then, eh? Down to 8 we go. That's actually looking even better. Kill them all. Get some draw. The Naset. Okay. We find a land off the top. We can Naset minus and then Yorion. Mending. Can go in the bin. Line. Sharknado. So we could go Typhoon and trade with the Terror here. Could also just play Yorion. Get another draw with the Omen. Let's go with the Typhoon. That's a good card to find. They do have the removal, which is fine. But so do we. Decline. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7. We do have enough. They shred us. Put one of those cards into your hand and the rest of the bottom of your library in any order. Okay, another terror. Sure. Decline. Grab a blue.
Mind and body should move and hone your prowess.
That's what we were looking for. Kill him. Next turn we minus again on Naset and then play Yorion and then reset Naset and also get draw with the Omen. Arcane Proxy. Okay. Pretty good hand refill. What else?
Meditate and prepare.
There's a deluge. Here's Yorion. Okay, they kill it.
Still have much to learn. There are so many mysteries.
Seagate and another Naset, huh? Ooh, Seagate is extremely tempting. But I think we look for something else. Okay. Just in case of more terrors or other nasties on the battlefield.
I shall miss
All right.
your company.
Don't need a land, decline this. Divide by 0. Next. Go to 5. Not super concerned just yet. Shredder. All right. I think we'll play Naset here, and then we'll protect with all of these.
The focused and disciplined encounter no obstacle. Keep an open mind.
Good verdict. Yeah. Also keep up commit. So then next turn we can commit and they can't draw. And then we win. Otawara on the proxy. Okay. We'll commit that when it's on the stack. They probably read ahead, right? Let that resolve. Thought seeds. One, two, three, four, five, six. Invoke Despair doesn't kill us. Now it doesn't matter what they have. Okay. We're gonna give that the old shuffle. Something kind of nasty would be Farewell. Get rid of all their stuff and then Memory. Okay, they've got another proxy. That's fine. This is fine. We'll take the land. Decline.
With thoughtfulness before action.
Take Revelry here. Let's heal up for a bunch first. Then get some blockers on the field. Yep, that'll do it. Going first, we'll keep. We'll get the clock tower rolling on 3 probably, or the Union, depending, I guess. Well, I guess it depends what they thought sees away. They never liked the verdict, do they? I think it's gonna be Midnight Clock, probably. Can do a counterspell, though. Yeah, why not? Okay, they don't counter. Ooh, rogues. Now we don't mind too much about milling. We'll just play this Seagate and pass. Flash in the Enforcer. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5. Play this land as 6. Nico next turn for 1. Then we can draw and we can kill one of these. So we'll let this go. We'll draw with Union here. There's an Emperor. Here's a Farewell. They probably have counters though. So let's see if we can get one out of them.
This will be a new experience for both of us.
Let's kill this.
I've got you all figured out.
All figured out. Another Thought Thief? Sure. Okay. They kill Nico.
Hero is harder than I thought.
Take our draw. Looking for another Verdict. Omen works too, actually. There's a Teferi. Let's see if we can hit our land drop here. I don't really need the call. I think we'll look to flash in the Emperor to force a response on their turn. Sure. Okay. I want them to just start swinging in with the Hive. Let's make them counter here, though. Okay. There's a Drown. Ouchie. Another land off the top would be ideal, because then we can farewell and hold up veto. Nice. No way they have Tails End or something here. Not like this. Alright. Get a plans. Farewell all creatures. We could hit graveyards. Because we draw with the clock, right? And that makes their Drown in the Locks worse. 47 cards.
This is a serious situation.
Not worried about the haul yet.
The future looks bright for one of us.
Take an absence. On our next turn, we draw. Okay, absence time. Set them back a land. Teferi lives. We draw 7.
Cunning than I thought.
Nice. Get the Typhoon down. Click plus.
Give me a moment.
Barry's not dying today, my friend.
I'll show you how it's done.
Could Emperor, could just Verdict. I think we just Verdict here. Gets rid of our own Shark, but whatever.
Second here, second there. Who's counting?
Who is counting? Aussies. No. Got him. Going first, keep. We'll take our Scry on turn 1. More land, sure. Gets us into Memory Deluge. Looks like we'll need to find a sweeper momentarily. So I guess the question is, do we play Clock? Or Third Path? I think the answer is Clock. Now we just need to find a Verdict. Blow all their stuff up. Okay, 5 mana. They can play some scary things. We may also need to go to Teferi here. Yeah, it's kind of looking like it. In for 4. In for 3. Verdict here would be huge. But we may have to take big damage and find it next turn. Let's find out. So I'm debating, I think we go Memory if we're looking for it, because we get to look at more cards than with Teferi. The only benefit of Teferi is maybe it diverts some of their attention. We'll see. Hopefully we just top deck it here like a mad lad. Okay. Clock goes tick-tock. They're looking to buff this next turn, I think. Tick-tock on the clock. The party don't stop. Bone Crusher my face. Okay. Play Bone Crusher. Sure. Screw that, come in for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ouch. Less than ideal. Top deck like a champ. Come on, baby. Ooh. It may just attack into subtle. That would be nice. We'll say good game. Nothing to see here. They do send it all. Cool. Get him. Get to ramp out like a million lands, but we relieve some of the board pressure. Ooh, they only had 2 basics. Let's see, 2/4 damage on board currently. Oh, we go to 1. Alright. Back to 7. Back to 8. Back to 10. Let's go.
I'd rather show than...
Absence is open. Clock is ticking. And suddenly we are back in the game. Okay. Play the beast. Teferi lives. We want to get a look for a sweeper though, so they attack down Teferi will probably kill the cat. They do. So we get a couple looks here. Revelry. Yeah, that's a possibility.
Past, present, and future.
Take another look here.
Just the trick for this.
I guess we take an absence. Play a revelry. Then say go. back to 15. From the brink of sadness. Naset gives us another look as well. Stormseeker can die. No haste for the Bone Crusher. Then we protect Naset, I think. Hopefully they tap these to draw, or to try to draw. Teferi gets us life, but that's not really what we need right now. We need to get another look with the Naset. So we'll let Teferi go.
Now what?
Alright. Let's take another look-see.
Hone your prowess.
Shark Typhoon and a veto, huh? So we can make a shark by playing the Birth. And then on our turn we get a fresh look at cards. So let's do that. More blockers on the field. Then we get a 4/4 next turn. A whole new hand is going to be nice here. Unless they have some way to kill it. Like a Boseiju, which would be thoroughly depressing. Let's see how they want to attack in here. If they kill Naset, we can let it go because there's a chance we draw it again. That's annoying. Still a summoning sickness, that's fine. So we're blocking Beast and Giant. They can hit us for 4. Interesting. Then those at Naset. And that goes face. Okay. Let's just block the big damage.
This was overwhelming.
And it is now midnight. Bong. Look at all those cards, baby. Beautiful. And we get an 0/4. First things first, I think. Play out Teferi. Make some sharks.
Just as delightful as speeding things up.
Alright, they draw.
Second here, a second there.
We still have enough for Emperor this way. While making more sharks. It's a Sharknado. Alright. So we can block the Bone Crusher with the 2/2 Shark, and then give it a +1/+1 with the Emperor. We could actually do the same with the 4/4 on the Lovestruck Beast. I think that's probably the play. Not Teferi. Rude. They don't attack? Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, no. May as well make more. 1 and 2. Find ourselves a land here. Plains. We'll want to plus our Teferi after combat, so we can untap one of our sharks.
Mystery solved.
We'll just click next. These all attack. Play or plus Teferi rather. Submit 0, untap you. Untap here as well.
Give me a moment.
And end the turn. I probably should have tapped down their Lovestruck Beast, because this doesn't specify opponent's creatures. So we could have taken out the beast there with the Teferi tap. Oh well. Alright, we're somehow back to 24 from like 3 in the brink of absolute disaster. What do they hit with that? The fairy? Yeah.
You won't know when. Payback's coming.
Okay. It's actually quite annoying. Get our big shark boy. We'll have to remember the Teferi thing next turn. Pass. And we'll want to tap down their shark pre-combat now, so that we get our damage in. Alright. All in on Teferi, big rude. Here's some more sharks.
Now you've done it. That's coming off.
Counter here.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Block like so. Okay, now we have commit. That's pretty good. It's a draw. And we have Epiphany. Oh no. Alright, so we'll tap down you. Submit 0. Then we'll -2. Then we'll all runs Epiphany, and if they don't leave, we win next turn. Attack. Get him. Sharknado. Alright, welcome back to the post-game deck overview. That was our Azorius Explorer Control Yorion deck. There's been 6 versions. We did a lot of tweaking here. And overall, 11 and 10, 2.5 hours played, 52% win rate, 62 on the play, 43 feels bad on the draw. However, with the most recent version, we went 7 and 2, 78% win rate, 83 on the play, 67 on the draw. And I actually played quite a few games last night on my tablet, and we had a pretty good win rate there as well. We got the dream combo of the Teferi Hero of Dominaria Ultimate into a emergency powers, and then just exiled every single one of the opponent's lands, and it was glorious. Unfortunately, didn't get that again today in the recording, but let's go over the versions really quickly. Starting at the very beginning, this deck started off as something totally different. We had Smothering Tithes in there, with the idea being of playing Smothering Tithe and then casting something like Memory, and then ramping to the moon with Treasure, and then having a bunch of mana to do whatever. Unfortunately, that was a little bit too slow, so we ended up adding in some more removal in Emperor, Farewell, and Settle the Wreckage, cut down the Omens to 3, took out the Smothering Tithes, and then I think we cut it down to 1, and then we took the Commit and Memory down to 2. Here we added in more draw and more life gain rather, and then took out the Restoration because the Birth of Melodus does the same thing pretty much for cheaper, and it also gives you a blocker earlier and gains you life, whereas this is just a little bit slower, and we want to do things like Union on 3 instead of play Restoration, which again is quite slow. Today we took out the last Smothering Tithe, and we added in Calamity's Wake for Greasefang, and then we also cut down the Fable Passage, the Union, and the Birth, added in a Heliod's Intervention, Search for the Azcanta, and then a Miria's Call because I got mana screwed and it made me mad, so I added in another potential land source. And then we ended up just taking out the Heliod's Intervention and 1 Absorb, and added in 2 more Fateful Absences, because I feel like Absorb is a little bit too slow, and you'd rather just remove their thing. So Fateful Absence goes in there. Intervention didn't end up hitting anything really, and also, like, target player gains twice X life. Like, what are you playing this for? 3 for 5 mana, gain 6? Doesn't seem very good. So we took that out, and the deck performed a lot better. 7 and 2 for this version. I'll probably just show all the games in here. And yeah, that was it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And let me know what card you're most interested in or excited to see played in the upcoming set. I am going to play something with Toxic. I know that right now, and it's going to be a meme, and it's going to be very annoying. So I'm very excited for that. So let me know what you guys are interested in down below, and I'll see you in the next video.